call him the Restaurant Whisperer. You are a huge influencer in the Valley, especially with your concepts and when you study the market and what's new and upcoming. And you created what we have here as...
Well, this is Big Poppy, and we affectionately named it that because of my Boston roots. We have a strong allegiance to Boston teams, especially the Red Sox. My nickname with my 4 precious granddaughters is Poppy, so we tied that in as well.
You anticipated that you would be having to do mass quantities of this beautiful, what I'm going to call refined barbecue gourmet style eating. So, would you mind showing us?
No, not at all. I'm proud of it. Look at these pieces of meat in here. There's your St. Louis ribs. There's the pork butts, or our Carolina pork shoulder, if you will. On this side are the briskets. All we use on the brisket is salt, pepper, and espresso coffee.
So what I want to know is, do you have one of these at home?
Oh yeah, sure. And my wife would love me if I showed up with one of these.
Well, so let's go talk to Matt, your son, who is Director of Operations.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
You know, he does all the work, I take all the credit.
Let's go see what the real story is. Paul, other than being, again, Restaurant Whisperer is what I'm going to call you. You also have a beautiful family, and your family is a huge part of what you do.
I am tremendously blessed to have just about the whole family in the greater Phoenix area. So I've got 3 kids. Matt, I can't call them kids anymore, can I? Matt has 3 daughters, and Jessica, my daughter, has 1 daughter, so I have 4 granddaughters.
Oh, wow.
And they are very special to me. So,
would you say that that is also your why? Because any entrepreneur, restaurateur, there's always an underlying why.
Yeah, I think that's a great question, and the response would be absolutely. It's a family business, but we also like to promote that culture with our team members.
Yes.
A lot of them have kids, and so that's really important to us to establish that.
Oh, speak
Well,
of the
thank you
devil.
very much.
We were just discussing family.
Yes.
So this is Matt.
This is Matt, and as I was saying earlier, he does a lot of the work, and I take all the credit.
So he's doing a lot of serving you drinks
now
these
he's serving
days.
me a specialty cocktail. And with that being said, Matt's delivering. This is really a sampler platter. You've got a portion of the St. Louis ribs, the Carolina pork shoulder, and the brisket. The grilled cheese sandwich with brisket and the tomato bisque. The sandwich is special. You know, I think a grilled cheese sandwich and tomato soup is
Yes.
you know, as traditional as you can get.
This is one of our barrel-aged cocktails. It's called My Favorite Wine is Tequila. So there's tequila in it, obviously, a little bit of apricot, some Peychaud's bitters aperitivo, and some coconut. The new renditions of our cocktail list are all based off of songs. And this is a song name. So
Okay, we will have a separate episode dedicated just to that. So while, again, we still have Matt here, we're going to go into the classic questions. What is your favorite descriptive word if you're going to go ahead and write about a menu item? And I'll say Paul first.
Well, my favorite word coming from our guests,
Okay, that works, yes.
from our guest would be wow. Simple. I mean,
Yeah.
we want to put a wow in everything that we do.
Matt?
delicious would be one, but obviously, I mean, going back to what, kind of Paul's saying is, I'll be back. We want to hear that over and over and over again.
What is your least favorite word?
Interesting.
Yeah.
You know, when I
That might be
go
a
by
problem.
a table and I ask them how it is, and they go, interesting. That's not something that I want to hear.
When you wake up, what inspires you creatively? What is that certain something that makes you move forward and strive to be a better person, better businessman?
We have a saying here that we work to exceed the guests' escalating expectations. Every day we're looking at how can we make it better for the guest that's been in before than it was the previous visit.
So your big turn on is, I want to know how I can exceed yesterday.
Yeah.
Matt?
Mine is family. We do this all for our family.
Yeah.
Really, we treat, I've got 3 little girls. Obviously, this is a family business.
Yeah.
And we treat our guests as if they were family coming into our home, as well as the people that work for us.
What turns you off?
Guests that I can't continue to help. I mean, the people that don't want to be helped.
Interesting, yeah.
Guests that don't want to be helped.
Absolutely.
That's what turns me off. I mean, there's so many things that we can do in order to make the guest experience that much better, but they don't want to be helped. Then
Interesting, yeah.
I can't help you.
And I have to add something to what Matt just said.
Yeah, absolutely.
We try to touch every table.
Yes.
And draw out of our guests what they thought of the experience, the food, the service, the atmosphere. And if they tell us that it was okay or all right, and they don't share with us so that we can do something about it while they're there, and then all of a sudden it appears on a social media site, that would be something that would really bother me.
Yes, I agree. So this is my very favorite question, and don't worry, we'll bleep it out because this is a kid-friendly show. What is your favorite curse word?
No, I would say heckers or frickin' or something like that. And I don't look at those that's as close as hopefully I ever get to. We try to minimize the curse words around here, and that's the difficult thing in the restaurant business. So heckers and frickin' are about as colorful as I'm going to get.
So your son, being around Dad, you can't sit there and say things, can you?
I can. I mean, it's
nice. That is, I actually love that one. I can't. I don't blame you there. What noise or sound do you love?
Poppy!
Oh.
When I hear that from any one of the girls, and no matter what I'm doing or have done, it makes for a great day.
My little girls laugh.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, when they are that hearty belly laugh or just a little giggle, I mean, that's what makes me smile every day.
What noise or sound do you hate?
Oh, it's easy. When any piece of serviceware hits the floor, it could be a fork and knife or a broken glass, the sound of broken glass or china. That sound that's worse than the fingers going down the blackboard.
If you could not do what you're doing now, or if you could go back to that 10-year-old, what would be your career and why?
I would be either a brewer or a distiller. I just love all facets to beverage and that world, and that's what I would do.
In our restaurants, we try to make a difference in the community.
Yeah.
So I would probably be more into philanthropic activities, and that's something that really is rewarding for me. So I'd probably do more of that. And
then last but not least, actor, celebrity, musician, or someone famous, dead or alive, if you could have dinner with them, who would it be and why?
I'm really coming off as being a pastor in a church versus a restaurateur, but I'll tell you who I really enjoy sitting down with, that he's no longer with us, would be Billy Graham. I had the privilege and honor to hear him speak live a couple times, but to sit with him one-on-one would be huge. I had lunch one-on-one with Stevie Wonder in Portland. We celebrated his birthday, and I get goosebumps thinking about that, because until you sit one-on-one with somebody, you really don't know what they're all about. Stevie Wonder exceeded all expectations as to what was in here. And he, even though he had the handicap, he had a way of looking at you. And looking right into your soul, and not being able to see.
Because he didn't have to visually see it.
It was a spiritual thing. So that was a lot of fun.
So this isn't fair. They've already had dinner with several famous people.
Just blessed in that respect.
But yes, Matt.
I would say Ted Williams. Teddy baseball. We're huge, obviously, for Boston. Big Red Sox. I mean, just, you know, like what he did for the country, you know, fighting in the wars and then coming back to baseball and still feeling one of the best baseball players of all time.
All American. Wow. Well, thank you, gentlemen. I'm so honored that you actually wanted to be on my show. We could ask you these amazing questions that really tell us who you are. And I can you go.
Please, yeah.
Top is a 500-gallon custom-made smoker that was made for us by Camelback Smokers in downtown Phoenix. We do brisket, Kansas City ribs, Carolina pork shoulder, chicken, and prime rib on this smoker.
Stay tuned for the Keeler Brewery coming up shortly.
That would be exciting because he made this drink and then he didn't tell me what it was.
So when he comes back and he's grabbed some food,
Let me taste it and then maybe I can tell you.
call him the Restaurant Whisperer. Okay, so Paul Keeler, I'm going to call him the Restaurant Whisperer. You really are a big...
I didn't know.
Cheers.
Oh, cheers to you.
Cheers.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. Appreciate it.